Among more than 1 billion species under the sea, we also have some jawless and cartilaginous fish. Here in this video, we will explore the amazing deep sea creatures, some without bones and some without jaws. Welcome back to our channel, where we'll explore jawless and cartilaginous fish of the deep sea. Rather than bone, cartilage, a tough, flexible substance that greatly aids buoyancy, is used by many fish to construct their skeleton. Since it is lighter than bones, it is more buoyant. To sustain neutral buoyancy, cartilaginous fish do not require swim bladders like bony fish do. The jawless fish, or Agnatha, and Chondrichthyes create their bones primarily out of cartilage. As we descend once further into the world of deep sea fish, let's examine the unique characteristics that distinguish these several groupings from one another. Agnatha. Members of the class Agnatha, which derives from the Greek and means without jaws, slither through the water. Unlike any other group of fish, although they have lengthy, writhing bodies that resemble eels, the lack of biting teeth sets them apart from all other vertebrates. The hagfish and lamprey are the two most prevalent kinds of fish without jaws, and both have mouths that resemble suckers. Hagfish are well suited to a life of foraging in the deep due to their two tooth-covered oral plates. They examine the sediments of the ocean floor 5,000 meters below the surface for dead fish, or much better, the rotten remains of a sunken whale. They bite off pieces of food or dig deeply into the corpse using their teeth. They are seen twisting their bodies into a knot while they consume, passing the knot down as they push against the carcass to intensify their bites. They can rip meat from the toughest of foods because of this. A lamprey's mouth is very unlike a hagfish's. The oral disc has sharp conical teeth distributed in concentric circular rows in place of dental plates. The lamprey can connect to other fish, suck on their blood and other fluids, and leave the fish with circular scars. After eating their fill, they separate and swim away. Given that they can consume animal food without harming, it identifies lamprey as a type of parasite that prefers a variety of prey species, including salmons, sharks, and occasionally even whales and dolphins. The evolution of jawless fish demonstrates that they are among the earliest types of vertebrates and are the first animals to appear in the animal kingdom. Furthermore, they lack a jaw. Even though they contain cartilage, they are not considered actual cartilaginous fish. The Agnatha class is one of the three main classes of fish. The bony fish, or Chondrichthyes, are the others. The real cartilaginous fish, or Chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes make up the third class, which we'll be looking at now. The two subclasses of Chondrichthyes are the fascinating deep water chimera and one that includes sharks and rays. The subclass of cartilaginous fish that includes sharks and rays is the most recognizable. Elasmobranchs are animals that have rigid dorsal fins and bodies coated in scales that resemble teeth. These scales, known as dermal denticles, reduce drag and turbulence, allowing sharks and rays to swim more quickly and quietly. This adaptation enables animals like great white sharks to hunt covertly by bursting out of the water to ambush unaware prey from below. Sharks engage in much more varied feeding behaviors than vicious attacks. Let's look at a few illustrative examples. The cookie cutter shark grabs holds of its prey and rotates its body from side to side, scooping up pieces of fish with its blade-like teeth. The elusive gobbling shark The elusive gobbling shark can float in extremely deep waters thanks to its flabby body and huge liver, which may support it at depths of more than a kilometer or 3,280 feet. Using elastic tissue, the shark extends its mouth to seize prey just out of reach. Unexpectedly, several of the biggest species of shark are filter feeders. The megamouth shark emerges from the depths at night to feed on zooplankton close to the surface. To sieve a large volume of water through its enormous gills, it lowers its lower jaw, opens its mouth wider, and lifts its nose as it swims. Some shark species don't hunt much. They nearly exclusively consume dead things, given the scarcity of food there. This is especially true in the deep water. Sharks in this area must be opportunistic and heavily reliant on carrion, unlike mackerels and great whites, which depend on speed and agility to seek down fast-moving prey. One species of shark, the Greenland shark, utilizes its serrated teeth as knives to saw and tear away at the flesh of submerged whale corpses. The Greenland shark is blind because it cannot see because it lives in the ocean's pitch-black depths. Instead, they have a remarkable sense of smell. According to experiments, some sharks can detect blood at amounts as low as 1 part per million. For this reason, the smell of blood and decay coming from sunken carrion may attract scavenging sharks from miles away. Rays and skates are closely related to sharks. They are related to elasmobranchs, but have different body shapes, such as disc-shaped, flattened bodies, and huge pectoral fins that they use as wings to swim ahead. Ancient sharks developed traits as a result of adjusting to living at the bottom, which led to the development of their specialized, flattened offspring. In stark contrast to the sharks that govern the open ocean, rays can live in substantially distinct ecosystems. Instead, many rays have successfully moved to the sea floor, where they can hide from predators by burrowing into the sediment and eat benthic crustaceans without getting their gills clogged. The late Ordovician may be when cartilaginous fish first appeared in the evolutionary tree, 450 million years ago precisely. Following that, primitive sharks underwent a variety of changes that led to some of them becoming contemporary sharks and rays. But 420 million years ago, a particular group of cartilaginous fish diverged, resulting in the strange-looking species we see today. Chimeras. Chimera relatives of real sharks currently fall under a distinct category, the Holocene. The only surviving members of the class Holocephali are the chimeras, sometimes known as ghost sharks, which are buried deep in the ocean. They cannot be considered real sharks based on their looks alone. They are a strange type of fish with round heads and big eyes that help them see in a dark, deep sea. Their ghostly appearance makes them look like a monster made up of parts of different animals. The head resembles a rabbit, a bird's wings, and an elephant's trunk. Chimeras are different from sharks and rays, not only in how they look, but also in how they behave. They do not scavenge the oceans like many genuine sharks do. In contrast to rays, they don't dig into sediments of the sea floor. Instead, they lead a pelagobenthic lifestyle, which involves living close to the seabed but not on it. Some dig for prey by using long, curved snouts to explore the muck. Others use electrical detectors on their snouts, which are tiny pores known as ampullae of Lorenzini, to swim along and detect prey in the darkness ahead of them. Even though they are present in many cartilaginous fish, chimeras emphasize them due to their deep-sea lifestyle. In essence, they enable them to find hidden prey in the dark. The jawless and cartilaginous fish groups are examples of the wide range of marine fish diversity. Because the oceans have many different ecosystems and niches, these fish have evolved into many different species, each with amazing adaptations. Functions. They can play a variety of functions thanks to their behaviors and specialized morphologies. For instance, sharks are an essential component of any marine ecosystem since they are frequently the top predators, regulating the populations of other species. Rays make the most of the ecology on the ocean floor and its wealth of options, while jawless fish like hawkfish recycle nutrients from carrion back into the deep sea food web. But when put together, cartilaginous fish, jawless fish, and a very different bony fish can live in every marine habitat, take part in almost every trophic level, and make up the most diverse and common group of vertebrates on Earth. The jawless and cartilaginous fishes demonstrate the diversity of the marine fish. The various ecosystems and niches in the ocean has enabled these fishes to diverge into various species, each of which have unique adaptations, different behaviors, and specialized morphologies that enable them to play different roles. Sharks, as an example, are an integral part of any marine ecosystem, as they are the top predators, keeping the marine population in check. Like the hagfish, jellyfish recycles nutrients from carrion back into the deep sea food web, while the rays make the most use of the sea floor and its many opportunities. Yet together, cartilaginous fish, the jawless fish, and different types of bony fish are able to occupy every marine ecosystem, take part in almost every trophic level, and make up the most diverse and abundant vertebrate group on the planet. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you next time.